Welcome back to the Mad Spiderverse. It is Sunday, the 4th of December. We are on our way to the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair. Obviously, it is in the, I suppose you'd say, the northern western suburbs of Melbourne. So we come from the east, and so it's pretty much from one side of Melbourne to the other. So hopefully we will see some familiar faces, pick up some cool books. Stay tuned and see what we got.
Who's this guy? Alright, so Yarraville is now finished. Well, finished for us anyway. We basically were in there for probably about an hour and a bit. Picked up some cool books, mainly run fillers, some silver and bronze age run fillers, but picked up a few keys as well, which is some stuff I can cross off my list. So as you can see, picked up a few books to show you when we get back, so stay tuned to see what I got. Alright, so now that we're back from the Yarraville Comic and Toy Fair, as I said before, awesome day. It was quite a hot day, so we didn't actually want to spend too much time in there because it was only a very small venue, very old building, no air conditioning whatsoever. So I pretty much wanted to get in, get out. We spent probably about an hour and a quarter there, I think. There was a lot of books I wanted to buy, but a lot of big price tags, which I've said before, everybody knows who's ever watched my channel or knows about buying comics in Australia. It's very hard, very limited, very expensive. It's not like, I'll flip through a couple of long boxes and pick up a whole runs of Silver Age or Bronze Age sort of books for $1, $2, $5 each sort of thing. It just doesn't really happen over here. But in saying that, we do the best of what we can with what we have, and that's what I always do. So, in saying that, so now that I'm back at home, small stack of books, just like to show you what I actually picked up. So as I said previously when I was on site, most of them are just run fillers. There are some sort of, real minor key sort of stuff in there, but there are a few slightly bigger books, and I actually picked up 3 books that are on my comic wish list. Whether I've mentioned them or not, I know I've mentioned, I think, at least 1, maybe 2 of them in the videos I've already released. So I'm actually able to cross them off the list, which is absolutely awesome. But in saying that, I'm still very happy with what I picked up in general. So anyway, let's get into it. So there are a few small runs, outside my Spidey and my Wolverine and my Ghost Rider, and a few runs that, I have tried. There's a few other runs that I am trying to put together. And some I was able to cross off some numbers off some of those lists. So one of the first runs that I'm trying to do, I've only picked up a few here and there. And you know, it's only sort of when I come across them, because they're actually very rare over here, and that's the Invaders series from the Bronze Age. So I was actually able to pick up Invaders number 6, which is actually the second, I'm trying to remember what they are, second team appearance of Liberty Legion, I think is what they're called, which is who's the Invaders are fighting on the front there. Picked up Invaders number 10. Gotta love some floating heads. Invaders number 14. So that's the first appearance of the Crusaders, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the Crusaders. So that's first appearance of them. As I said, just minor keys of teams and characters and stuff you've probably never heard about, but I thought I'd mention them anyway. You know, because people might be like, oh, okay, there might be but I do like them. I like my obscure characters, and I might, you know, want to try and hunt that down. So it's always good to mention them anyway. And the next one is Invaders number 31. They're actually fighting a, we'll just say Frankenstein. We won't say the N word. But yeah, fighting Frankenstein there. Alright, so that's it for the Invaders books I picked up for my Invaders run. My ever-growing Defenders run, I was able to cross off a few numbers off the list as well. So you got Defenders number 7. Defenders number 13, which is actually the first appearance of Nebulon, I think, which is like an alien scientist, geologist, something like that, I think it was. And obviously a classic fight against the Defenders and the Squadron Sinister. Defenders number 14. So that'd be classified as the second appearance of Nebulon. Defenders number 19. I know my boy Remy Cure liked this book, because it is the second appearance of the Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew was one of his favorite in comics. Defenders number 22. Defenders number 64. Looks like they're all fighting Valkyrie there. The double-sized 100th issue of Defenders. So that was it for the Defenders. So crossed off a few off my list. Getting closer with this particular run now too. Obviously, if you see one of my previous videos, crossed off the biggest book in the run. But I crossed off just one of the filler issues. So Tomb of Dracula, number 31. Still very cool Bronze Age goodness. And these are actually quite hard to find over here as well, is Werewolf by Night books. They're actually, they're quite scarce over here. So trying to, make a dent in my run, which is very, very small at the moment. I only have a few issues. I know there's not a lot of issues in that Bronze Age Volume 1 of Werewolf by Night, but yeah, it's very hard to find them over here. But I did find a very tiny minor key. So Werewolf by Night, number 27. Which is the first appearance of Dr. What's the doctor's name? Glitter Knight, I think it is. Really weird name. But, yeah, so very, very minor key. But still, another number off my list. And as I have said before in a lot of these haul videos, especially from these comic fairs and, you know, Oz Comic Con, Supernova, things like that, anytime I see a Marvel Spotlight, Marvel Premiere, any of those sort of grouped books from the Bronze Age, or even, you know, like the Strange Tales and Astonishing, and, you know, all those sort of book, Journey into Mystery, things like that. If they're a reasonable price and I haven't got them, I generally try and pick them up as much as I can, because they're pretty much, all of those are all chockers full of first appearances and keys and things like that. This one's not actually a key, but as I said, it was reasonable price, so I still picked it up. So Marvel Premiere number 14. This one's featuring Doctor Strange. There's no key aspect to that, just a classic Frank Brunner cover. So still like to pick them up. Happy to pick up some of these. Obviously, it's not the big book, which I probably never own, but yeah, it's still on my list to get. But we do have Marvel Spotlight number 8. So this one's in the Ghost Rider run. So obviously number 5 is the big boy book, which maybe I'll own one day, I don't know. But that's number 8. And it's got a stack of first appearances of just random characters you probably never heard of, probably never see again. This is the 4th appearance. Obviously number 5 is the first appearance, and number 8 is the 4th appearance of Ghost Rider, Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. But it's got, first appearances of Snake Dancer, I think it is, the Messenger, and some guy named Sam Silvercloud. So I'm assuming, you know, there's probably characters that you never see again. What else we got? So we picked up 9 as well. So I suppose you classify that as the 5th appearance. Don't want to just keep going because then it just gets stuck getting silly. But very cool to pick up some old school Ghost Rider books. And Marvel Spotlight number 11. So very cool. Actually fairly clean for over here too. I was, you know, usually I just buy sort of, you know, battered up copies and stuff like that because they're still expensive over here, but most of these are actually in pretty good nick. This one not so much, but you know, it's still a classic Jack Kirby cover. I've always wanted this book. Finally found it for, you know, reasonable price for an old copy. Journey into Mystery, the Mighty Thor, number 122. So no key aspect as far as I know, but classic Jack Kirby cover. So definitely had to get that to add to my collection of Journey into Mystery books. Now the last 3 books are the 3 big books that I bought, and I'll use that term loosely. To you guys, it's probably, you know, that's a $5 book that I see day in, day out and all that sort of stuff. But over here, not so much. I won't tell you what I paid for them because I don't want to scare you people. But these are still books that are on my comic book wish list. Crossed them off the list. So happy to get them. And I will show you. So, Avengers 196. First appearance of Taskmaster. So I've actually seen this book at these fairs quite a lot of times, and they're asking sometimes some stupid prices. And this time, I actually found one at the price I was willing to pay, and so happy to cross that off the list. The next book, probably a slightly bigger book. Obviously a major villain that's been around, you know, for quite a while. But Avengers number 55, the first full appearance. We're not going to start going into the bloody Hulk 180, 181 bloody crap. We'll just say first full appearance of Ultron. So very happy to finally pick that book up. It's just one of those books I've always wanted. You don't see it here very often, unfortunately, but glad I was actually able to finally cross that off the list. Now, this book is a bit of an infamous book. It's one of the... I classify this as more one of the the modern keys or modern grails. I wouldn't say it's a grail. Like I talk about Ultimate Fallout 4 as a modern grail. New Mutants 98 is a modern grail for me. Obviously because I'm Silver Age, Bronze Age, Copper Age sort of stuff. But this is like Silver Surfer number 4, the Thor and Silver Surfer cover. That's only a key because of the cover. Now this is a modern key just for the cover. It's been homaged to the shithouse, been done a million times, but it's a book I've always wanted, and you don't actually see it here that often, and if you do, you don't see it for a bloody, decent price. But this time, saw it on somebody's back wall, and I went, I'll pay that price. Thank you very much. And it is Incredible Hulk, number 340, the infamous Wolverine cover with Hulk in the reflection of his blades. So, now obviously it's only a direct edition. I don't care about direct or newsstand. I'm not one of those sort of, people that, oh, it's a newsstand, it's got to be worth more. I don't really care about that. I just want the book for myself, and I finally got it. So, finally can cross that off the list. Wasn't paying ridiculously stupid prices, but I was happy to pay for what the guy was asking, and I got a bit of a discount anyway. So, yeah, so that is it. This video probably went for a little bit longer than I expected it to, but thank you if you did watch to the end. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Once again, don't forget, hit the thumbs up on the way out. Leave a comment if you want. And most important, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I'm only, I think, 30-something subs away from 400. I'm still waiting on some stuff to come in from overseas. I got a feeling that some of it is some stuff that I will probably use for a giveaway. So yeah, I don't think I'll see. I probably won't run this competition this side of Christmas, unfortunately. But in saying that, still look out and keep an eye out for my 400 subscriber giveaway, because I will be doing one at some point, hopefully. So, but anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and Spidey out.